I believe it was at this point that I realized that my wife was beginning to lose her battle with alcohol use disorder when she got her third DUI. And she had just gotten out of a rehabilitation facility. She'd been in there for, I think, like 35 days, and she had gotten out. And I think I felt strong enough. She went to a friend's house in Orange County, about an hour and 20 minutes away from where we live. She went down there, just to visit her friend. I think they had some friends over, and eventually it got to be very late at night. It was around 11 o'clock, and I called her friend up, and her friend said, well, she left hours ago. She left like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I asked, had she been drinking? And she said, well, yeah, she'd had a few drinks. I go, well, why'd you let her go? I mean, you know the situation with her. She goes, well, we couldn't stop her. And her friend got kind of upset with me, like I was trying to blame her. And I realized, it's not the friend's fault. But what happened was, 7, 8 hours later, and no one knew where my wife was. So let's continue this conversation. And after I hung up the phone with her friend, I just had a very sinking feeling that I knew the obvious outcome, that she had either gotten in a very serious accident or she had been arrested for driving under the influence, which was probably the case. So, unfortunately, this was becoming routine, going to jail, picking up my wife, visiting her in hospitals, and just toxicity and chaos, which is an unfortunate side effect of this disease. So I decided to go to bed that night. I was able to sleep. I was definitely stressed, not knowing where your wife is in her obvious condition. There's really nothing you can do when you don't know. So I waited for a phone call, and of course that phone call came about 7:30 the next morning. She had in fact been arrested, and she wanted me to pick her up from the police station, which was very unfortunate because, again, it felt routine. It felt like, well, here we go again. And before I go further, I really want to clarify the reason why I make these kind of videos. It's not to disparage my wife or to embarrass her or to vent. That's not what this is about. It's really about educating people who may not be in the situation and to give solace for people who are, and also have the availability that I have services that I can offer. We have a support group on Facebook. I have one-on-one services. There's lots of things that I do to try and help people. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to do, is bring awareness to this mental health illness. If anybody has any other ideas, well, this is the function of why I make these videos. But to continue, I did go pick her up. I was very stressed out. It was because it had become routine, picking her up at a police station once again, and it wouldn't be the last, and I knew it wouldn't be. And you get a sinking feeling that it's not just this particular incident, but you get the feeling that it's becoming out of control, out of your control, out of her control, and that the disease has taken a life on its own, and you don't really know what to do. She'd already gone to, I think, 3 or 4 rehabs at this point, and obviously they weren't working. She had already got a DUI less than 3 weeks out of a rehab. So to make a long story short, I know a lot of families go through these types of situations when there's just a lot of toxicity and stress. Uh, you have to realize, as a family member, you have to deal with incidentals like, the car has been impounded. You have those costs. You have lawyers' costs and all the fees and fines that the DMV places on you. And as a spouse, you're ended up holding the bag for all of that. And I understand it's a mental health disease, and that the real issue isn't even the alcohol. It was something much deeper within my wife, and we certainly recognize that. But these are things that families have to go through, and they have to come to a conclusion whether how far down the road they want to go. So again, please like, share, and comment. We also have a Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism, which is becoming a very good support group. We talk about these issues in the family, alcoholism in the family, and really everything connected to it. And again, thanks for listening.